Team Chain Block here with yet another deck profile, and it's me and Sean here and a few others, but Sean's actually here helping me with one of my deck profiles for once, and I am playing a variant of Buster Blader. I'm claiming it's a Buster Blader deck. It is branded Buster Blader. So I'm just going to get straight into it. I'm going to go by engines because I usually do monsters, traps, spells, but it's just better if you go by engine in this one. Right, so 3 one-offs, Buster Blader, Buster Blader Destruction Swordsman, and a card that never should have got banned, Dragon Buster Destruction Sword. So yeah, just a normal Buster Blader. Treat it as Buster Blader in your graveyard, and you can send them as a destruction spell, or just a destruction sword card. And then Dragon Buster, we all know what that does, it turns off the extra deck.
So yeah, this one is Scythe when equipped to any monster, as people who played through Union Carrier format will remember. And
yeah, so it took me a while to like figure out what to like mix Buster Blader with. It was the first deck I ever topped with, and Branded just worked and Despia worked so well, because if you have Branded lost in the field, your opponent can't respond to being Buster locked. It's absolutely ridiculous. But we'll get into that.
There's also just crazy synergy between.
Oh, ridiculous! And here's like Branded Despia struggles with lights, and like thank God like Buster Whelp is not an earth like Buster Blader. It is a light.
Very important now with the snow ban. It's the best light that you can play.
It's a 42 card deck. It was 43, but personnel had to go, unfortunately. And then only one Destruction Sword of Memories. You're sending that off Prologue, which are obviously running at 3 because it's broken. With all the branded stuff, like you can just fusion someone out the big guy, even if something happens to this, and you can shuffle back in with the branded Despia stuff. Your Buster Dragon and your Destruction Sword Master, whatever. Like you can shuffle that back in. It's so recyclable. Like it just keeps going.
Do you want to run people through what those two do, just in case they're not aware?
Yeah. So
because they do read like custom cards.
They do. Yeah, I'll explain the weird interaction, which actually caught a few people off guard on the top of this. So Prologue, you can search Prologue or any Destruction Sword card off Whelp on normal summon. Whelp is pretty easy to get off the field, and he is a light. So yeah, you off Prologue, when it's activated, you send a Destruction Sword card and a Buster Blader. So usually you're sending Destruction Sword, and you're sending, I like to send Buster Blader because there's rare interactions where you can discard this from your hand. So yeah, Buster Blader and Sword of Memories, and any dragon monster in the graveyard equals Buster Blader, the Destroyer Swordsman. When this card is sent to the graveyard, you can immediately fusion someone with it. It's absolutely ridiculous. And then Buster Dragon comes out, you can attach your Destruction Sword card to it, and then if need be, you can banish Prologue from your graveyard to protect the extra deck lock. It's insane.
So just to be clear, a normal summon of Whelp with any way to get this engrave ends on Scythe Lock, Skill Drain, and 2 very big monsters.
Yeah, usually 2 Tax Dragons Masquerade, which is like, that in itself, that's what, 7? You can do 7 things to try out this, and you're done. But yeah, it's insane. And yeah, like, again, you would be very surprised the amount of people who do not know Fallen of Albaz is a dragon. I don't know what they think he is, but, and again, Fallen of Albaz and all this stuff, it's super recyclable. So yeah, we'll go on to the branded Despia stuff. But yeah, this is only a 10 card little bundle. You could swap, you could side in something completely different. It's absolutely great.
Yeah, you can legitimately side out the entire Buster engine for like going second.
Oh, like I was testing some strange stuff, like siding in like DPE stuff, like Predaplant stuff. You can side in some crazy stuff. The one-offs, Dramaturge, unreal card. Ad libitum, like Sean just said, I have to play this, and he was not wrong. Insane, because obviously ad libitum, when it's fusion summoned, you can special summon it back, or you can special summon it off other stuff in defense mode, and your Buster Dragon, your Buster Blader fusion is doing piercing anyway, and this just makes them bigger. Dramaturge, when the Link XYZ monster or Synchro monster is summoned, it's a negate. A lot of people don't know. A lot of people just think that's when you're summoning stuff. And then Alvan and the Chipmunk Dragon, that's just recyclable searcher for all this stuff. Tualuber, again, you're usually getting this off branded opening. That's why Buster Whelp works so well, because you can save your normal summon 100% for this card. 2 Fallen of Albaz, and then 2 tragedy, insane. Yeah, so like as I said, the combo you do to do this is most of the time you'll have like something to go and Despia Boys, and that will leave you with going into Lubellion to get your Jester in the graveyard, and then you'll have this in your graveyard 9 times out of 10 already. If you don't, it's okay. You can fusion summon the Buster with Albaz, and then you just go into say Tax Dragon or anything really, and it will like you'll have the material to fusion away your Buster stuff.
Also, this is where some of the more unique synergy comes in.
Yeah.
Firstly, because the Whelp is on your field and you want to engrave, being able to make Masquerade or Quiritus with Poly or anything is very important.
We do play a Link Karibo, which with all the other engines, the few other engines that are in this card, like you might not be, you can get away with doing this and getting the Whelp into the graveyard and having your Destruction Sword and like fully get away with Poly and stuff. It's insane. And
the other thing is Ad Libitum allows you to resummon the Buster Fusion.
Yep.
And Lubellion can shuffle back the Synchro, which means if you draw a second prologue late game, if your board gets broken, you can reset the entire lock.
Because there is 3, and you, like obviously you're looking for the 1, but after you go to your first board, like if it gets broken, it's not dead at all. It's fully recyclable. So that's the monsters. Very happy with that lineup. Go into the branded and Despia stuff. Spells, that is. 1 branded in red and 1 branded lost. A lot of people say take out the branded lost. I think it's an insane card. As I said, it stops people responding to a Buster Lock, which is ridiculous. Branded in red goes into Chimera, does lots of fun things, get your Albaz out. 3 branded fusion, obviously. 3 branded opening. Banishment is a... Sean, how good is Banishment?
It is Super Poly plus a Revive, but the Super Poly banishes materials.
Yes. Like the fact that it's a Despia, the special summon, and or a level 8 or higher fusion monster, which ironically is what Buster Fusion is. It's insane how much this synergizes. Not
to mention, again, if you have the Lost up, this is literally unresponsive.
Yeah, like if you get the Lost up, if your hand is so cracked and you can get the Lost up, like your opponent can't respond to most of your stuff because the Buster Dragon and the Buster Fusion, it doesn't activate the second it hits the field. It's just the way it is. It's a floodgate. But yeah, let's go into another engine which Sean convinced me to play, and it's insane the plus that you get from this engine. Yeah, the Fight for Patchwork, the Edge and Chain, the Polys, it's ridiculous. Like, it helps you. You can go into your Link Rebo and you won't be locked into fusions just because of these cards. Like, it's so much pluses. You can like, even if you get the extra Patchwork, it's good for discarding. Like, it's... Sean, how good is this engine?
Patchwork is basically pot of greed in this deck.
Yeah.
And the Poly, especially in the Buster build, is good to get the Whelp off the field.
Exactly, that's the main thing. Like, the Whelp is rarely stuck on the field. But we'll keep going. Some power cards now. Stapled in all our deck profiles. Call by the Grave. Thank God it didn't get banned.
Still deserves still.
Triple Tactics. Just for... I was playing Allure of Darkness in this. Sean hates it. It's okay. Like, you can use Mercurial, you can banish the tragedy, but it's like 3 really good staples, and Dark Rule and Amor is just so much better. I think Dark Rule and Amor is probably the best board breaker this format, maybe, or yesterday's format. But yeah, insane cards, and that does it for the main deck. I just have some honorable mentions. Protector Whelp. It's a Buster card, but you're never linking away 2 monsters. Yeah, the Despian Boss Monster. It's terrible. Titanclad's not bad for Super Poly targets. Also, the discard off Mergeade. Dark Paladin is an option with Dragoon when you do the Hex stuff. But in playtesting, I find you focus on it too much. And like a Buster Lock is nowadays, it's just good enough. And then the last honorable mention I'll throw in is Wizard Buster is the only thing I consider siding in for the Destruction Sword.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but this is just Abyss Dweller when I put it.
It's Abyss Dweller. So yeah, if you're playing like I did, I beat an Eldritch player and I sided out the Destruction Sword for the Wizard Buster, and he couldn't activate stuff in the graveyard, which is just an interaction I'd say has never been done before, or
also
not many.
Notably hits tier limit very hard.
That's it, like, this card, like, it doesn't affect you, obviously. We'll go on to the extra deck. Linkuriboh, Buster Dragon, the only 2 non-fusions. I've explained what these do. Again, the most important stuff about this is it just happens. It's a floodgate. When they hit the field, they don't activate.
Also, more notably, this is always hitting the field on your opponent's turn.
Yeah.
Which means that you are no longer affected by the branded fusion lock.
Yeah,
so
that's it.
It's pretty irrelevant.
That's like the synergy. So you're doing your synchro summoning on their turn. You're not locked into anything. It's a great. This is probably your favorite fusion, Sean, would be fair to say.
It's pretty great.
Yeah. So a lot of the time, because it's a 1 fusion and 1 dark monster, like to get something in the graveyard, you're going into Draco the Spell, which it's an amazing card anyway. Guardian Chimera, this card is quickly going back up in price. It's insane. Like, it's draw 2, pop 2, it's all good. Thespian Quaterus, insane card. This and the 2 Tax Dragons is what you'd most of the time be clearing your field with to get stuff in the graveyard. It's insane. This card is hilarious. So Buster Dragon turns everything into dragons, and I have normal summoned a Fallen of Albaz into a board and fusion summoned, again with branded loss if it's up, they can't respond to it, fusion summoned Albalentus, the Abyss Dragon, with 5 monsters because it's 1 Fallen of Albaz and +1 dragon monsters, so you can fusion summon away a whole board with 1 normal summon of Fallen of Albaz.
Yeah, it basically means that when Buster Dragon is up, Fallen of Albaz becomes a Cyber Dragon card and you can set it to contact fuse cards away.
It becomes like a board super poly.
It's pretty ridiculous.
I have
you can't respond
done.
To a set either.
The big man, again, most of his effects don't actually activate. He does piercing. It's a great card. It's what the deck revolves around, getting this guy out, shutting your opponent down. 2 Shiny Albion. You're mostly sending it off your Merge Aids, but it is a Fallen of Albaz and a light, so that does come up. And then the card that makes the combo super easy is the Lubellion. 1 Dark Monster, 1 Fallen of Albaz. You're discarding a lot of the time the Buster Whelp or Destruction Sword Memories. Like, the discard off this is so important to go into all your fusion stuff.
And notably, because it's Fallen and a Dark, you are able to send the Cyclops card from deck.
That's the combo starter. Nearly forgot. You're sending Fallen of Albaz and this, and then you can play around with your graveyard. But yeah, insane. The synergy in this deck is absolutely ridiculous, and it was not hit by the ban list at all, thank God. I won't go into my side deck. No, I'll go into my side deck.
Might as well.
Yeah. 3D Crow. Great card this format. It's still
probably the best hand trap of the format with Tearlament floating.
Yeah, definitely. I like playing a variety of background removal. I was playing the 1 round reboot, but unfortunately he's gone now. But it's okay.
Pour one out for a hobby.
Yeah. 3 Super Poly, 3 Dex Devastation Virus, and then 3 Evenly Matched. One of the best board breakers of this format. If you ever seen someone's face when they get Dark Rooted no more than Evenly Matched, it's a pleasure.
Another thing about the deck dev in particular is that often when you're recycling stuff with your Lubellion, that just sort of stays on field, and deck dev is a great way to gain a payoff from that sitting around.
Oh, it's insane. It kills Sprite, and we need that at the moment. But yeah, I think that's it. So we have, Buster Blader, branded Despia. It's insane. It's probably my favourite deck that I've spent about 5 months trying to get perfect, and it's nearly there. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Check the links in the description, con cards, our Facebook group, and stay tuned for more deck profiles. And I swear to God, we'll do something beside the deck profile soon. Promise.
Chain block out.
See you.